Hello and welcome to eBay with Chris. Today we're going to talk about what sold. Let's go. Okay, so here you can see this is my eBay report for the week of October 27th through November 2nd, 2024. And I had a very similar week to the prior week. In fact, the same number of sales, 51 items sold. My dollar amounts were a little bit different, but let's go ahead and look at some of the details here. As you can see, I sold $1,367. My total selling cost for the week, $532. And my net sales for my eBay payout, $757.75. So a decent week. Let's go ahead and look down here at my average sales price per item, $26.81. And I can't remember how that compares to the prior week, but it was within like $1 or $2 of that. But the key thing that we're going to look at today is the 51 items that sold. Now here you can see my sales chart for the week. As you can see, I started out with a really slow week. Here's Sunday. It looks like $145 and then $166, $230. Now my average sales per day last month was about $210 if I remember correctly. So that's a little bit above that, but most of my sales, 109, 163, 134, were well below my average. But fortunately, Saturday made up for that. Look at that number, $416. Let me zoom in on that because that's pretty exciting. $416 in sales on Saturday, and it actually continued to be a good day on Sunday as well, but that is for the report next week. Let's go ahead and look at some of my eBay fees breakdown. Okay, so here's my selling cost total, $532 last week. My eBay fees were $247, $177 in final value fees. Ad fees only $12, which is good. Previously, that was a lot higher than that. And I got, of course, my account because it was the end of the month. I got hit by my $59 fee for my store account. Total $532 for the week. All right, let's check out the 51 items that sold. Okay, so here's a breakdown of the sales by brand. As you know, I do a lot of outdoorsy brands. So out of my 51 sales, 5 of those items were Columbia, including 1 pair of shoes, Columbia shoes. 4 of those items were LL Bean, 4 were REI, 3 Prana items, 3 the North Face, 2 Eddie Bauer items, 2 Nike items, and 2 Pearl Izumi items. Pearl Izumi is a cycling brand, and I will often pick up their shorts, their leggings, as well as any cycling jerseys that have cool graphics. Okay, so as far as the type of items that sold, I sold a total of 12 pants and 5 jeans, so a total of 17 pants overall, but 5 of those were jeans, and the other 12 were everything from leggings to sweatpants to nylon hiking style pants. 13 shirts, so again, a variety there, some button up, some snap, and then some just regular pullover t-shirts. Jackets, I sold 10 jackets, 4 sweatshirts, 3 shorts, 3 pairs of shorts. Hey, it's always warm somewhere, right? 2 shoes / socks, actually 1 pair of shoes, one set of socks, and then 1 skirt, which was actually a really nice wool Eddie Bauer skirt. Okay, so here's what sold last week. I'm going to go ahead and just scroll down and show you a couple things, but then I'm going to select 10 to 15 items. I'm going to dive into the details of those items so you can see the total cost, profit, and everything on those items, so you can make decisions for your business on what makes sense to sell or not to sell based off of what you're learning from me. So the first thing, which was really cool, was this Pearl Izumi cycling jersey. It had the Marvel Wolverine graphic on it, and it was really a cool find. I was pretty excited. It had a bunch of stains on it, but they still wanted it. So at a good price, you can see total sales $63 for that item. The next was a Prana jacket, full length, nice duck down puffer jacket, $56 all in. Then I had this Sherpa-lined jean jacket, which was I've had probably for over a year, and that finally sold, maybe a year and a half. I might look into the details of that. Then I got this Eddie Bauer jacket, again, a down-filled puffer jacket, some Greg Norman golf shirts. I picked up a lot of Greg Norman New Tags golf shirts, and they sell for about $12 a pop, and so it looks like I sold 2 last week. I probably picked up like 40 or 50 of them, and they sell pretty consistently, 1 or 2 a week. Some Adriano Goldschmidt jeans, AG jeans. Those are a really good brand for me. I get those whenever I can. Some Columbia hiking shoes, men's size 10.5, in really good condition. Soles and everything were really good condition. So those sold really quickly. And some Eddie Bauer wool blend skirt. Then we also have another Columbia jacket. Again, kind of one of those long parka style jackets. Here's a Seahawks hoodie with the retro logo on it. A North Face sweatshirt. I think that's is it a full zip? Yeah, it is. So that was a full zip sweatshirt, North Face. Columbia PFG shirt with that cool orange color. I like that. I'm into the Gorp Core for sure. You can see I have these silver jeans, boot cut flare. I use keywords like country, western, cowgirl. Here's a BMW. It's kind of a polo, long sleeve polo shirt, which is kind of cool. It had the BMW logo right there on the chest. LL Bean jacket. I pick up a lot of LL Bean basic stuff. That's still a popular brand, at least for me. It sells pretty good. Some North Face rain pants with they're belted and pretty nice rain pants for hiking. Some Nike shirts. These are just some basic kind of athletic, maybe gym or running shirts. I picked up a couple of them that were the same size, lotted them together. Not a bunch of money there, but they sold okay. Here's some Blackhawk pants. These sold pretty quickly for me. Another LL Bean jacket. I have some Judy Blue jeans. Judy Blue sells really well for me. Whenever I see Judy Blue, I go ahead and buy it. Here's a UC Irvine sweatshirt. So I like to pick up smaller college gear, university gear. It typically sells okay for me. Pretty good price and pretty good sell-through rate. So when I find it, I'll buy it. Some Patagonia shorts. These are more of like running shorts. LL Bean women's jacket. Oh, this is kind of one of my secrets right here. I shouldn't tell you this, but winter silks. These are pretty good. Typically, they're like long underwear, leggings, or shirts. They're made out of silk, and they're like a base layer for skiing or going out in the snow, hiking in the winter, that kind of thing. And for me, they always sell pretty quickly and for a decent price. North Face pants, nylon, basic camping pants. Here's a Tommy Hilfiger puffer jacket. I had this in my inventory for a little while. I only picked it up. I don't pick up a lot of Tommy Hilfiger, but I got it because it had that just really classic Tommy Hilfiger look with the blue and red, and it was in good condition. So it did finally sell for a decent price. Decibel jeans. I'm not really familiar with the brand that much, but I did quick comps and it looked like it would sell, and it did for me probably within a month, if I remember correctly. I bought these Grinch pajamas probably last summer and sat on them for over a year, but they finally sold. I don't know why, but I like to pick up different pajama pants with characters on them and things like that. I think it's more fun for me than anything. Here's some Adidas pants. These are golf pants. Some Wrangler jeans. A Roper shirt. So I'm starting to buy more like pearl snap, country western type of shirts, and they're selling for me pretty well. I don't even look at the brand as much. It's mostly if it's pearl snap and it's got a decent design on it, then I'll buy it, men's and women's. And I'm just kind of experimenting with that to see how they sell, and so far it's going okay. Here we got some Nike leggings. Cabela's jacket, some Marmot shorts, Columbia shirt. Here we have a Prana shirt, a REI shirt, And some REI youth pants. These are actually youth size large pants. Some Pearl Izumi cycling leggings. Now, Pearl Izumi is a cycling brand, and I will often pick up pants and shorts and shirts with that brand. Fairly popular, and prices are okay. Here's a Columbia jacket, fully hooded, kind of nice winter jacket. Now, I found some of these Tom Jules shirts. I'm not really familiar with them at all, but they had these really cool, like elephant polo type of graphics on them. So I bought like 3 or 4 of them and listed them, and I've sold a couple of them. So just kind of an interesting item I had never seen before, and I thought, let's see how these do. Here we have some youth kind of regatta boat racing sweatpants. Boys, those finally sold. I picked those up over a year ago and sat on them forever. Basic LL Bean plaid shirt for women. Flylow, that's a new brand to me. That is actually like a mountain biking brand, from what I understand. So these are just mountain biking shorts. Some Grip 6 socks. Some Arctics rain pants, new with tags. Big size on that, 4XL. I picked up like 10 of those, and I think that might be the first one of the 4XL that I sold. Here we have an REI button-up shirt, a basic Prana shirt for women, and then some REI hiking pants size 4. Okay, so before we dive into some of the individual items and look at the profit for each one of those items, I did want to go over the expenses, because we're going to look at what eBay's expenses were and what they paid me, but I also want to subtract my costs for those items so that we know a true profit for every single item. So my expenses start with the cost of goods. I average $1.50 per item that I buy. That's a really low cost of goods. I have some good sources, and so I'm fortunate to have a really low cost of goods. I also pay a listing service, and they're actually less than this on average, but let's just assume it's about $1 per item that to have my items listed. And so I pay them to do that for me as well. And then there's other things, like sometimes I'll pay some labor to do some shipping for me or to take pictures for me. Also, I have warehouse and office supplies, such as poly bags to store my items in, stickers, poly mailers, shipping labels, things like that, printers and stuff like that that you need to buy. So that's roughly about $1 per item as far as those expenses go. So all in, I'm about $3.50 per item. It's actually probably more realistic, closer to $3 per item. But we're actually going to assume it's worse than this. We're going to assume it's $4 per item. So every time we look at an eBay payout, I'm going to subtract $4, and that'll give me my profit for that specific item. All right, you ready? Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start with this Pearl Izumi cycling jersey with the Marvel Wolverine graphics on that. Look at that graphics on this bad boy. Really cool. I enjoyed picking this up. I was super pumped when I found it. I did have like stains on the front, the sleeve, and the hem area, front and back. I detailed all those in the pictures. I did pick this up July 30th. So it was in my store for 3 months. Okay, so as you can see, this buyer paid $59 for the item. I do have a thing in my store where if someone buys something more than $50, they get free shipping. So they got free shipping for this. They also paid their sales tax. eBay took out, of course, the sales tax. The selling cost is $7.50 and the shipping label of $4.55. So eBay paid me $46.95. Take out the $4 of cost on this item. I made $43. Yeah, really good find. Okay, so look at this Prana jacket. It's a women's extra small brown with duck down, and it's like a parka style. Very nice looking jacket. I like how it's cut right here. This sold for $45. It did have some stains on the front chest area, but this was in my store as of June 26th of 24, so it only took 4 months to sell. So the buyer paid $45 plus shipping of $9.96 and sales tax of $1.65. eBay took out the sales tax, a transaction fee of $7.39. Shipping only cost me $8.36. all total, eBay paid me $39.21, and that is a profit of $35. Okay, here we have some Adriano Goldschmied jeans, or AG jeans. These are actually men's. They did have some, nope, there's no condition notes to call out. This is my normal default if I don't find anything specific like holes or tears or stains. This was in my store as of the end of April, so it took about 6 months to sell. And again, AG jeans usually sell for a pretty good price and sell fairly quickly, although this one did take a little longer. Okay, so the buyer paid $32 plus shipping of $9.45, sales tax of $2.12, and they got a discount of $6.40, so they took advantage of my 20% off coupon that's in the store. eBay took out the sales tax, a transaction fee of $4.53, shipping label of $6.40. eBay paid me $24, and so I got a profit of $20. Okay, here's a nice Eddie Bauer skirt. It's a wool, kind of a wrap skirt, a wool blend actually. Nice Gorp core. You can probably also put cabin core, cottage core, teacher core, academia. Lots of different keywords you can use, but really nice item. This was in my store as of kind of the middle of August, so it took about 2.5 months or so to sell. Oh, and I made a mistake on how long this is in my store, actually. This was in my store August of 2023, so it took 14 months to sell, not 2 months. Oops. The buyer paid $25. Shipping was $9.52. Sales tax, of course. So the buyer was all in for $36.94. Take out the sales tax, a transaction fee of $4.51, shipping label, and ad fee. Oh my goodness. Total earnings $19.45 from eBay, so subtract the $4, and so I got roughly $15.50. Okay, these silver jeans only took a month to sell, October 3rd, 2024. Women's size 29, they're really long, like 36 inseam, boot cut, flare, country, western, cowgirl, all those keywords, really nice jeans. I picked these up mostly just because of the style, and silver's a decent brand as well. No condition notes, just my default notes there. So the buyer paid $19.80. I must have sent a 10% offer, and they grabbed that. Shipping was $9.45. Sales tax $1.18. So they were all in for $30.44. eBay took out the transaction fee, sales tax, and shipping cost me $8.35. So eBay paid me $17.12. Subtract my $4 in expenses. I got a $13 profit. Okay, here we have some Blackhawk Pants. Now this is a new brand to me. I just grabbed them mostly just because they're kind of utility, kind of a military type of look to them. And the size 36-30. They are black, although in the picture they do look a little blue. But I put keywords like warrior wear, utility, military, Gorp core, that kind of stuff. The tag says 36-30, so when there's a difference in pants as far as the size versus the tag, I put tag says 36-30, but it measures 34-30. Also, there are some fade spots, sun fade spots, so see the pics. So those are my condition notes. I did pick these up in July of 24, so they took me about 3.5 months to sell. So the buyer paid $16 and shipping cost $8.48, sales tax of $2.53. They were all in for $27.01. eBay took out the transaction fee of $3.74. Shipping only cost me $5.98. eBay paid me $14.76. Subtract my $4 in expenses, and I got a profit of $10.76. Okay, so here are these winter silk pants that I was talking about. They are women's off-white. I use keywords like base layer. They are kind of like underwear, but don't use the word underwear. Use base layer, that kind of thing. Pants. I did have condition notes pilling in the knee area and legs. See the pictures. And, you can see they're basically kind of like long underwear that you would wear underneath. And they are made out of silk. Let's see. Yep, 100% silk. You can see it right there in the label. And let's see how long I had this in my store. I picked them up in February of 24, so I had them in my store roughly 8 months. Obviously, I got them at the end of winter and sold them at the beginning of the following winter. And the buyer paid $24 for them. Shipping was $4.95. Sales tax $1.45. They used my 20% off coupon, so they got a discount of $4.80. They were all in for $25.60. eBay took out the sales tax of $1.45, transaction fee $3.25, shipping label cost. So eBay paid me $16.19. Subtract my $4 in expenses. I got a profit of $12 on this item. Okay, I got to show you these Grinch pajama pants. Oh man. Okay, so Grinch pajama pants, size XL, red, and I used Who Stole Christmas and things like that. Condition notes on here. Look at this, 33 waist with a 27-inch inseam. So really, they're short, right? So the size is kind of a constraint as well. I did get these in August of 2023, so they sat for 14 months before I sold them. And obviously, I was hoping to sell them last Christmas, but they sold this Christmas or before the season. So the buyer paid $15. Shipping cost them $7.32. Sales tax of $2.12. All in for $24.44. eBay took out sales tax, my transaction fee of $3.12. Shipping cost me $5.26. So eBay paid me $13.94. I got a profit of $10 on these items. Okay, so like I said, I've been buying a lot of Pearl Snap items lately. Here is a Roper shirt. It's a men's XL. Kind of has you can use Navajo or Aztec as some keywords. I also, of course, have country western cowboy in there. There are really no condition notes. It's in pretty good shape. I got them at the beginning of October of this year, so it took less than a month for this item to sell, but it does have a really cool design. Okay, so the buyer paid $15 plus shipping of $6.25 and sales tax. So they were all in for $23 even. eBay took out the sales tax, a transaction fee of $2.96. Shipping only cost me $5.56. My earnings, a whopping $12.73. So roughly a profit of $8.73 on this item. Not the best. Roper, probably not the best brand, but it did sell quickly, and I'm happy with that. Okay, so here are these Flylow shorts that I talked about earlier. Again, these are mountain biking shorts. I also use keywords like hiking, quick dry, and also Gorpcore. They did have some stains in the crotch area, so I've dropped the price to about $16 on them. I listed them September of 2024, so it took about a month for these items to sell. Okay, again, the buyer paid $16 plus shipping $4.95, a sales tax of $1.46. And they used my 20% off coupon on my store, so they paid $19.21 total. Okay, eBay took out the sales tax, a transaction fee of $2.54. Shipping cost me $4.55. Total earnings $10.66. Subtract the $4 of expenses, so I got a whopping profit of $6.66 on this item. Woo! Flylow, I might check out more of their stuff. I mean, it did sell pretty quick. This did have a stain in it, so if it was in better condition, I probably could have got more money, but I do like the fact that it sold quickly. So I'll buy some more just to try out this brand and see what happens. Okay, I want to show you this pair of REI pants. This is probably my lowest profit item, but we'll check out the numbers here in a second. But I did want to show you, hey, Gorpcore stuff will sell even if it's got holes and stains in it. So look at this, holes and stains on pocket and leg area. These are REI pants, women's size 4. They're nylon convertible, which means you can zip off the legs right here and turn them into shorts. And I bought them in September, beginning of September they were listed. And so they took less than 2 months to sell. But Gorpcore stuff, you can sell it because it's more about the utility than it is about the look. They can have stains. Some hikers and whatnot are picky about that kind of stuff, but some people just want some inexpensive, good quality gear. Yeah, so the buyer paid $8 on these, $6.25 for their shipping, 76 cents for tax. Total all in $15.01. $15.01. eBay took out the tax, a transaction fee of $2.07. Shipping cost me $5.56. I got a whopping $6.62 on this item. Take out my expenses. I made $2.62 on this item. So why did I show you this? Because sometimes I buy things and I didn't see the stains. I didn't see the holes. So normally this might have been like a $19 item or a $17 item, but because of the defects, I had to price it really low. It did sell, so it's better for me to at least try and sell it than it was to get rid of it. So anyways, it's up to you what you want to do in your business. This is definitely something I don't want to do on a regular basis, but I'm okay taking a hit on some of this. I still made money. Not much, but hey. Okay, like I said earlier, I do like to pick up some of the college items, especially smaller colleges and universities. So this is UC Irvine, the Anteaters. It's a sweatshirt, kind of a, I guess, half zip, quarter zip women's. Let's see, any defects on this? Nope. So I had this for a while, November of 2023. It took 11 months to sell. But I didn't write any defects down, so must have been in decent condition. Okay, so I had this item listed for $24. They paid $5.95 shipping, sales tax, $1.66, and they got the 20% off coupon of $4.80, so they were all in for $26.81. eBay took out the tax, the transaction fee of $3.71, and shipping cost me $5.09. So eBay paid me $16.35, so I got a profit of $12 on this item. Okay, Delux Jeans. Check these out. These are distressed. Let's see if I can blow this up a little bit here for you. They got some good distress marking on them. And so I use keywords like, of course, distressed, rocker, goth, punk core. I'm curious which keyword attracted this buyer. I have no idea. Condition notes were good. Obviously, if you have holes in items that are designed to have holes, you don't have to call that out as like defects, right? Because they're supposed to have the holes in them. Here I got them in July of 24, so I had them in my store for about 3.5 months. So the buyer paid $15 for them. Shipping was $9.45. They were all in for $24.45. And eBay took out the transaction fee of $3.12. Shipping only cost me $8.35. So eBay paid me $12.98. So I got a profit of $9 on these. I don't know if I would continue to pick up Delux Jeans, but I just kind of like the style and the look of them and thought, yeah, these will probably sell. Okay, and here we have some Adidas golf pants that sold at the end of October. That's crazy to me, but I guess it's golf weather somewhere. So maybe they were heading on vacation or whatnot, and they were like, "Ooh, I need some new golf pants for this trip." And Adidas is probably not the best golf brand, but they had a really cool look to them. Kind of this, I don't know what to call this, kind of a heathered plaid-ish kind of look. But anyways, so they were men's 38-27, so they were actually pretty short. And actually, if you look at the condition notes, tag size was 38-30. But they measured 32-27. Must have been 38-27. That must be a typo. Used condition with light stains, wear. So again, when the tag size and the actual measurements are different, I go ahead and put that in the condition notes and the description so that the buyer can see. Of course, I do take returns, so if they don't fit, then it's not a risk for them. I did list these in June of 24, so it took roughly 4.5 months to sell. The buyer paid $15, shipping cost $8.45, and they were all in for a total of $24.25. eBay took out the sales tax. It was only 80 cents. A transaction fee of $3.39. Shipping cost me $8.82, so I actually lost money shipping this item. But anyways, eBay paid me $11.24. Subtract my $4 cost, and I got a profit of $7.24. Well, I hope that was helpful. Hopefully you saw some brands that you might be interested in checking out next time, and maybe you learned something about a new brand or a new keyword to put in your titles. Tell me, was there anything specific that you learned in the video that you can take away? Put that in the comments below. I would love to hear about that. And if you have any feedback on this type of video, please let me know. I want to improve it, make it better for you as the viewer. More information, different information. What do you want to see in a What's Sold video? If you want to check out my store, I do have a link to my store below. Also, if you want to see what kind of equipment I use in my store, everything from printers to the lights at my photo station, everything is listed below. So check that out. They are affiliate links, and if you use those, I will get a small commission, which I really appreciate. And if you just want to say, thanks, Chris, for the content, I appreciate it. I learned a lot. You can always buy me a cup of coffee. There is a link below for that as well. And thanks for watching eBay with Chris. Go ahead and check out this video right here. YouTube has selected it for you. And hope you enjoy. And I'll catch you on the next video.